Find out what happens to the infamous family in a whole new mystery. Wait, it's the same character and everything.
Hi,
Hey!
I'm Clark. Probably not who you expected to be knocking, but life's funny sometimes. You've done well staying anonymous. It took us a while to track you down. A lot has happened in the last year. Far too much of it public. But there's stuff going on behind the scenes too. I never wanted to be president. I'm not great with stress. And with my mother's deteriorating condition. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not here for sympathy. I'm here because part of the fallout of Sam's book is that everyone's coming out of the woodwork. Now that it's public knowledge that Plants of Trust covers any root tree despite their history with us, a lot of potential cousins have surfaced. You may have seen that man on the cover of News Time. It was a disaster for us. And then Miracle went and made it all about himself. The long and short of it is a lot of potential cousins just showed up. Sam's helping some of them, but she's not really going about it the right way. And she's not taking calls from anyone in the family. I let it slip through a mutual friend that I found you, and I was stopping in. It's manipulative, but I'm hoping she'll reach out to you. You can let her know I'm on her side. In the meantime, if you're willing, I can share our files with you. Pass them along to Sam if she reaches out. I'm genuinely hoping she'll realize I'm an ally. Feel free to do your own research. I've been told you enjoy things like this. To each their own.
Oh yeah, she paid you an incredible large sum of money, you didn't move out. It seems like this place is like small. Sam Matson's book about Elias Roottrees was released in February. It was a bestseller for a few months. At the time, Carl had not yet been replaced. Roottrees rift. In March, the Roottrees company stumbled publicly as they attempted to respond to the book's release, with multiple conflicting press releases and clear lack of leadership. Clark Rafferty LaRue. Clark was announced as a permanent successor to Carl Roottrees. Welcomed Sam Matson to the family officially. The company hired an outside legal group to handle the changes to the Plants of Trust. This included any other new questions of lineage. So, she was doing it for her granddaughters anyway. They wanted them to have money. She said she didn't care about money. You know, whenever people say they don't care about money, they're liars. Everybody cares about money. You know, it's hard whether or not. Because I really hate it when people say, "Oh, money doesn't buy happiness." But money actually helps. And people not to acknowledge that in this world of ours, they're just being silly. After this announcement, there was a rash of different people claiming to be Roottrees, mostly dismissed as opportunists and scammers. The highest profile of these, by a wide margin, was a rapper named Felix Fellows, which changed his moniker to 5Ps as a publicity move at the same time. 5Ps is the only notable person in the updated tree. You know, it's funny sometimes. as like a sequel or a side story to something usually end up being the better portion of a game, a bit of part of a game, like in a series. Like Ocarina of Time was great. The Majora's Mask was actually was way better. So hopefully this Roottrees Mania chapter is better than the main chapter. I don't know how big this part is. I don't know if this was released afterwards or is this part of the package. In another high-profile misstep, Miracle Roottrees publicly and vehemently denied that the 5Ps was a Roottrees. The Roottrees legal team then offered to do a DNA test to get 5Ps to drop his claim. And in a moment that caught what seemed like the entire world by storm, the test proved that he was a Roottrees. Suddenly the world was obsessed with the Roottrees. Oh, that's pretty fucked up. So he's gonna be set for life. But he was already kind of set for life if he was already a rapper, I guess. Maybe he wasn't a successful rapper, though, that's the thing. But yeah, I mean, in this story, if you're a Roottrees, you're pretty much set for life. Because you get that chocolate money. You don't even have to do anything, you just get chocolate money. And apparently people just buy this chocolate because it's so good. Anonymom and Jane Doe Roottrees. In July, an anonymous woman who the press began to refer to as Anonymom appeared in interviews with her face and voice disguised. She claimed that an affair with a Roottrees led to the birth of her daughter, aka Jane Doe Roottrees. And if true, this would make her daughter yet another secret Roottrees, and therefore entitled to a share of the clan's trust. Nobody knew it at the time, but this would turn out to be the last chapter of the Roottrees saga. As more and more of Anonymom's story came out, people began to notice how much it echoed 5Ps in nearly every significant way. The court of public opinion began to turn, confirming the world's suspicions. The DNA test orchestrated by lawyers on both sides proved that her daughter was not a Roottrees. The final event caused public disappointment, smugness from doubters, and countless accusations of the entire ordeal being an elaborate hoax or attempt at fraud. Things got a bit ugly, and the fun of Roottrees Mania seemed to disappear overnight. Now, a month later, it feels like a distant memory. So, what are we doing, really, then? Previously. This is a new investigation, a new focus. After many months of newfound interest in Roottrees, it's recommended you try to catch up with some of what happened since last time. Some web searches may yield new and different results. This is probably not meant to be played immediately after playing the original game. So I think this might have been like a chapter released later on. Because they had this previously on. So if you're like burnt out like me from all the searches from the main game and not using hints until like absolutely desperate near the end, this might not be a good thing. I'm gonna keep going for a little bit and see if I'm able to tolerate it. Because now I have to go back and do the same searches maybe. It's also a much more widespread search. The list of first and last names you can choose from will contain red herrings, not all of them will be used. Below is a reminder of some of the most notable beats of the initial dive to the Roottrees family tree. All evidence from before is still available and at your convenience. Any searches that did not lead to a new information still function as they did during your first investigation. The Roottrees Candy Company was founded by Elias and Gwyneth many years ago. The entire family was financially reliant on the health of the company. Most of the action took place in or around Butler County, Pennsylvania, where the company was initially located. Elias, Carl, and Raina were on the cover of magazines. Other notable Roottrees such as Lauren Roottree, Miracle Roottree, and Jim Roottree had physical media such as record albums, books, and movies associated with them. Lauren brought Lauren's two diaries, but probably the most useful resources overall, mentioning many of her relatives directly. The 5 pieces, Elias's children, could be identified based on the initials of the original candy flavor. There were 5 presidents of the Roottrie Company. Many were featured in periodicals. Stephanie Jones and Brian Jones were featured in campaign posters and led to Caroline Morton's art book. Stephanie Jones and Brian Jones? Oh, which one I really could fill out more of the tree. Stephanie Jones and Brian. Which ones was Stephanie? I don't know. See, I already forgotten. The politician. The name actually was thrown there. Many of the younger Roottrees were found by following a complex rabbit hole through a conspiracy site that led to finding a searchable web address for Chris Rafferty, Lauren's grandson. November Roottree was really difficult to place. Her occupation could only be found via Brian Jones' company website. Brian Jones. I don't think we ever saw that because I only guessed. I thought that part was the deduction part where you just guess because they mentioned there's a dancer in the family and she was the last one, so wow. So we need to find that. Ronald and his brother Robert Roottree go by Ron Robbie. Both worked on a TV show called Brother Trouble until Robbie embezzled money and fled to Paris. Ron unsuccessfully tried to have Robbie removed from the clients of trust. Sam and her father were cryptically mentioned in a book about historical letters. There were also dead ends and red herrings. Aloysius Herring Roottree, who claimed he was a Roottree but was not. Family Man, a book about Elias Roottree, turned out to be propaganda and not useful. Lawrence other books, historical romance novels, were not useful on their own, though could lead to other information. Carol Morton's sculptures were not useful, that's for damn sure. Okay, yeah, I think I'm already exhausted after reading that. Let me check out this Brian Jones company website. Where's the let's see if we can find oh, it's no longer there. Oh, this is neat. Her daughter was named after her grandmother, which ended up being very fitting considering she was born the night before Christmas. Oh God, this is as complex as the other one. It is as complex. Yeah, I think I might have to get away from this for a little bit because just realizing that oh no, how come there's no there's no. I think here there's no baby lineage drop down here. So they just had a baby. Where's November? Oh, Edward Roottrees. It's from there. From Edward Roottrees. What's the name of the company? Clancy Edward. See, and then everything is, you have to redo the whole thing. Like your database. What was the name of the, yeah, I mean, I don't remember. But what was the name of Edward? Ruby Legal Enterprises. Oh. Oh, that's... No. Where's the original? I mean, whatever. guess I can't find it anymore. Oh. See, like over here, why is there no mention of the previous company that handles this? Yeah, this is gonna bother me. Let me just escape and go back to the. I'm just curious now because I think there was a mention of. Still not. What is the name of the company? Jesus Christ. There was this house thing, I remember. Was it Butler County House? See, that's the architectural company. It's not. Yeah, I think this is gonna be like the new thing is gonna be as complex as this one. So I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna give it some time before I come back to this game because if it's gonna be as thorough and detailed as the main game, it's not a good idea to come back to it this quick. So yeah.